Thank you for joining us here on a Tuesday. Tonight we have new details surrounding a homicide that left 3 people dead in Bullard. A mother and 2 of her young children found inside a home. It happened on Gwynn Street, which is just blocks from downtown Bullard, right near the high school. KLTV7's JD Conti has the latest from police, including the names of the victims.
At 6:55 on Sunday evening, Bullard police responded to Gwynn Street for the report of a homicide. They found 2 children, along with 1 adult woman, dead. Tonight, Bullard police tell us 25-year-old Tatiana Smith, the mother of the 3 children involved, was shot and killed. Her 2 children, 4-year-old Madeline Evans and 2-year-old Mason Evans, were also shot to death. Bullard Police Chief Jeff Bragg says a 3rd child who survived the incident remained in the ICU tonight. 8-month-old Lyric Mentor was taken to a Dallas hospital after originally being taken to a Tyler hospital in critical condition. Bragg could not speak on camera today, but tells us 2 detectives accompanied the bodies of the victims to Dallas, where autopsies were done. Those autopsies were completed this morning. Bragg says the victims were, quote, staying at a home on Gwynn Street. The case is being treated as a homicide. No suspect information has been released at this time. Bragg says they, quote, have contacted multiple individuals surrounding this case. Police say there is no active threat to the public. JD Conti, KLTV7 News.
The results of the autopsies have not yet been released. You can be sure we'll bring them to you as updates when we get them.